So now you've closed your goodnight eyes and whispered your instructions. You've let your lovers taste the cake and plotted their destruction while in the town that you call home. Your parents own a hovel. You drive by in your limousine and you smile to see them grovel. And baby says she got a break from some guy who'll take her photo. But he doesn't have a studio, so he says, why don't you meet me at a motel? She needs to be a star so bad, and she tells you it's her destiny. So she does some favors for the boys and says, maybe they'll invest in me. And all the guys smell all the same, so she learns to turn her nose off, and all their promises smell the same. As soon as she takes her clothes off, the airport's shut because the runway froze, or so the TV said. Oh, and Johnny, no one just jumped off the roof with a Bible on his head. His mama swears that she's in shock and that Pappy's so distressed. Then they're on the Late Late Show and the checks are signed the press. And they never would have amounted to much, nobody would have heard their story. So they take the fame while it's there, poor Johnny lost with glory. The preacher had a dream last night where an angel gave salvation, while the sergeant caught a glimpse of hell. Firebomb the station, they meet together at the docks and swap the consequences. For 30 years they've kept the faith, now damn all the pretenses. And the candidate comes a-calling while his young wife's at the surgeons. You've got to look good on prime time, and shout, let's bomb some turbans. His skeletons are all PR trained before they leave the closets. He'll sleep with some you pick up tonight, and tomorrow say, who wants it? The magazines post perfect waists to girls with eating problems. They choke to death on diet pills, and the company says, what of them? And the banks will give a crash in store for their high executive mothers who closed down the nursery school next door. There's one law for the others, and the dealers selling bad advice make fortunes from bad hunches. And they spit upon the homeless on their way to their business lunches. Freedom isn't what it was, and you know that that's a fact. You used to be, you were born with it, now you're sold it with strings attached. And the chemical firms keep pumping junk into every stream and river, while the tax goes on the heating bills, so the poor and needy shiver. While in their luxury offices the right-wing bigots ponder, we'd like to give the black the job, but we think that it's beyond her. And who needs playgrounds anyway? What's in it for us? And let's shut down the daycare center, the old will make a fuss. Conscience, it don't apply no more. You traded it in for the luxury life to get you that mansion by the lake and the right connection wife. And there's clouds above the hunting grounds and thunder in the lowlands. There's storm warnings on the radio and power in the wrong hands. Every other noise you hear is a beatbox or a siren. The Bible says thou shalt not kill, and you say, tell me why then? When did you last call up home? I wonder where your friends doing something good for anyone without asking what the ends are. The world outside is getting dim, the light is turning gray, and they'll raise a blade if you wanna win and strip your faith away. And the shy guy in the boarding house cuts the glossies into pieces. He knows the page 3 girl loves him, and each day his rage increases. That blonde girl in the flat below, he knows it's her by reason. Maybe next time she's alone, he thinks, I'll pay her a little visit. And Jenny, she still gets those dreams each time she shuts her eyes. She can't forget what Daddy did, no matter how she tries. And Mommy didn't wanna know, she just said she was lying. Now Daddy's at the door again, and he loves it when she's crying. Far away, somebody's son paints Jesus on the wall. For 90 days they torture him, and they say, well, that's a draw. Belief won't get you far today, it soon runs out of gas. 2,000 years without any proof, how long could it last? Someone's knocking at the door, let's pretend that we're not home. It's not that I'm paranoid, but please leave me alone. I know you'll only smile at me and pounce and do your worst. I know you wanna kill me, so I just have to kill you first. Princess came from a broken home where she'd taken many knocks. She ran away at 15 and made a living out of picking locks. One thing was understood all around, she belonged to the guy they called the big man. Anyone who messed with her was gonna wind up with no hands. I met her in a bar one night when the temperature was 9 below. 4 months later we're still together and I'm keeping my head low. But she just had a restless urge, she never liked things being easy. She started staying out with me all night, saying I don't care if he sees me. chords in front of her. I said, tell me where I stand. She said, you don't dictate to me, that's something you better understand. I told you right from the start, we shouldn't be any more than friends. I don't even know if I remember you after this whole thing ends. I look back around the room, saw the start of the next new deal. I said, call me if you change your mind about the way you feel. I left the place in daylight, I knew it was a big mistake. A voice said, boys, give this guy a ride, he's got a lot of things we're gonna break. Princess watched from the window above, just like I was sure she would. Even if I didn't get back alive, I was certain that the plan was good. 'Cause it was slow and it was deceitful, but I knew that it had to be done. You can't let people ride out your life, you're not anyone. Well, the man's pocket phone started ringing. He smiled and said hello. I heard Princess on the other end said, please won't you let him go. And she started talking down to him, trying to change his point of view. I was thinking, oh baby, if I live through the night, it's gonna be thanks to you. Waiting at the warehouse by the time that we arrived. She pulled a gun to the big man's head, saying, how'd you like to stay alive? Well, the big man gave her an evil smile as he let us get into his car. He sneered, you better tell him quick what you want to, baby, 'cause you ain't a-going far. The windscreen had been spider-webbed, we hit the highway fast. Drove all night looking in the mirror, praying we wouldn't run out of gas. We turned down an old dirt track, she said, let's rest up here for a while. When she saw a cop behind her, wearing a gun and an evil smile. I saw you guys turn down here like the devil was on your spine. Now let's see how much of what you got is yours and how much of it is mine. Well, the princess pointed her gun at him, but the clip said the clip was empty. The cop said, shame that you shot your lover, baby, and I knew that he meant me. Suddenly, a shot rang out and the cop jerked 2 steps back. I saw a red stain appear underneath his heart, and then it all went black. I woke up in a hotel room with one hell of a bruise on my head. A princess's note inside my hand, goodbye was all it said. The seconds take your time away, the shadows fall, the children play, and you find it in your heart to say you need another day. as evening puts the sun to rest, and the silence of the night's caress, you gaze upon the world so blessed, its wonders to digest. I've walked this way 1,000 times and never known which path was mine. It takes much more than I can find to stay within the lines. Win and lose, it's all a game, and every footstep sounds the same. I've had it all, and to my shame I've let it slip away. I've stared through windows at the rain, watched the patterns, none the same. Looked for reasons, but none came, at least none that explained. I've looked through both sides of the mirror, seen myself and all my fears, saw the fool's reflection I hold dear. That way all is clear. I've held the sun in open hands, and that's what no one understands. In life's illusion and shifting sands, there's nothing that's unplanned. The shadow never leaves your side, it's with you till the day you die. And from the world all you can hide are the shadows worn inside. Words and pictures, thoughts and prayers, you ask yourself, who really cares? And when at last you become aware, that's when there's no one there. Tempests rage and poets speak, and in the images they wreak, disciples for an answer seek, so tenuous and weak. I've drawn the ace so many times, or so it seems within my mind, and as the sunset falls to line, I leave the deck behind. Winter nights and summer dreams, you live through both, and still it seems you sail for years upon life's stream and not know what it means. Like lightning, it just came and went, fleeting, flashing, heaven sent, and in its wake it left me spent, forever uncontent. So still you hear the children laugh as dawn leaves dusk in her aftermath. Look at all that's within your grasp, I fear it will not last. Was closing down, the band was playing out with old lang syne. She walked into the cold night air, holding a note that said, meet me where? You told me once some other time. She wonders why she really came, curiosity or some sense of regret. She's thought about him many a night, ask herself if she was right, and if she was, then why can't she forget? He's changed his shirt a dozen times and said 100 prayers that she'll be there. He tells himself it's now or never, tries to pull himself together by muttering, if I strike out, I don't care. He's there 15 minutes early and starts re-rehearsing his opening line. And then behind his back he hears you haven't changed in all these years, and he stumbles, well, I hope that's a good sign. He turns on his heels to face her, and suddenly the memories all come flooding back. How long has it been, he asks her. Too long comes a perfect answer. Anyway, who's been keeping track? They hug gently like friends do, but the echo of fire still shines in their eyes. They start exchanging pleasantries to put themselves at ease, but there's something in the air they can't disguise. He asks her if she'd like a drink. There's a place around the corner that's open all night. They sit till dawn in the backstreet cafe, have each other laughing right away, but keeping some unsaid things locked up tight. Finally he takes a deep breath and says, I had a motive for getting in touch. Oh yes, she raises one eyebrow, thinking will he start to lie now, but saying, well yes, I guessed as much. He thinks, what does she mean by that? But then he sees a smile play on her lips. He tells himself, oh come on, take the plunge, draws a deep breath into his lungs. You and me, us, that is, he trips. She slides her hand across to his and says, let's just take this step by step. The problem is when you've been lovers, you know so much about each other that a secret is a luxury we don't get. He smiles in resigned acceptance, and so she swiftly says, you didn't hear yes, but you didn't hear no. She brushes a hand across his face, whispers, take me back to your place and take me back to the day before goodbye. He undresses her gently, slowly, kissing every contour, every curve. They make love soft and tenderly, just the way it's meant to be, and at the end he breathes, you're more than any man deserves. Spent they hold each other in silence, searching for the perfect words to say. Then she breaks the ice by giggling, I notice that you still like wriggling, and he laughs, I never learned another way. He asks, where do we go from here? I've tried, but I can't forget how good things were. That's why I had to get in touch. I still love you so much, but silence is the reply he gets from her. He knows the answer right away before she even says, I'm sorry truly, but the past is dead. He watches her as she gets dressed, barely hears her say it's for the best, and tries to think what words he never said. She says, so it's goodbye again, but at least we gave it one last try. He gazes at her from his window, and only then does he let the tears flow. Only then does he sob to heaven, why? The carnival was closing down, the band was playing out with Old Lang Syne. She walked into the cold night air, holding a note that said, meet me where you told me once some other time. She wonders why she really came, curiosity or some sense of regret. She's thought about him many a night, ask herself if she was right, and if she was, then why can't she forget? He's changed his shirt a dozen times and said 100 prayers that she'll be there. He tells himself it's now or never, tries to pull himself together by muttering, if I strike out, I don't care. He's there 15 minutes early and starts re-rehearsing his opening line. And then behind his back he hears, you haven't changed in all these years, and he stumbles, well, I hope that's a good sign. He turns on his heels to face her, and suddenly the memories all come flooding back. How long has it been, he asks her. Too long comes a perfect answer. Anyway, who's been keeping track? They hug gently like friends do, but the echo of fire still shines in their eyes. They start exchanging pleasantries to put themselves at ease, but there's something in the air they can't disguise. He asks her if she'd like a drink. There's a place around the corner that's open all night. They sit till dawn in the backstreet cafe, have each other laughing right away, but keeping some unsaid things locked up tight. Finally he takes a deep breath and says, I had a motive for getting in touch. Oh yes, she raises one eyebrow, thinking, will he start to lie now, but saying, well, yes, I guessed as much. He thinks, what does she mean by that? But then he sees a smile play on her lips. He tells himself, oh come on, take the plunge, draws a deep breath into his lungs. You and me, us, that is, he trips. She slides her hand across to his and says, let's just take this step by step. The problem is when you've been lovers, you know so much about each other that a secret is a luxury we don't get. He smiles in resigned acceptance, and so she swiftly says, you didn't hear yes, but you didn't hear no. She brushes a hand across his face, whispers, take me back to your place and take me back to the day before goodbye. He undresses her gently, slowly, kissing every contour, every curve. They make love soft and tenderly, just the way it's meant to be. And at the end he breathes, you're more than any man deserves. Spent they hold each other in silence, searching for the perfect words to say. Then she breaks the ice by giggling, I notice that you still like wriggling. And he laughs, I never learned another way. He asks, where do we go from here? I've tried, but I can't forget how good things were. That's why I had to get in touch. I still love you so much, but silence is the reply he gets from her. He knows the answer right away before she even says, I'm sorry truly, but the past is dead. He watches her as she gets dressed, barely hears her say it's for the best, and tries to think what words he never said. She says, so it's goodbye again, but at least we gave it one last try. He gazes at her from his window, and only then does he let the tears flow. Hello there. Thank you for the time you spent listening to this CD. This is part 2 of this CD here, which is remixes. Some of those songs are actually, to my ears now, 23 years later, 24 years later, goodness me, it's a long time, but better than the ones I actually chose to go on the 4-track mini album that I made from them. The version of Menelaus in Paris, you haven't heard it here, but it's on part 1 that opens this, is a far better mix than the one that actually made it onto both the Maybe Tomorrow, Maybe Next Year album and the